Hi everyone, welcome to the Mobility Lab for today. It is Wednesday, April 15th. We are going to go ahead and start in a child's pose, so go ahead and meet me there. Thank you to all of you guys who are joining in now, and then also big thank you to all of you guys who joined in earlier today live on Zoom. As you guys know, the Mobility Lab is going to be on Zoom every day at 10:45 a.m. So please, if you have the availability to join us, we'd love to see you guys then. We're going to be in this child pose for another 30 seconds or so. All right, everyone, let's come out of child's pose. Our next pose is going to be a right side thread the needle. So you're going to reach overhead with your right arm and then thread that right arm in between your left arm and your left knee. And then I want you guys to try to push the ground away with your left arm as much as you can. It's going to give you a nice twist in your thoracic and give you a nice stretch all throughout your mid, upper, and lower back. Right side thread the needle. Let's hold for another minute and a half or so. All right, everyone, that's going to be it for the right side. Let's switch over to thread the needle on the left side. Reach overhead with that left arm. Thread the needle between your right arm and your right leg. Left shoulder goes down to the ground. And again, think about pushing away with that straight arm to get that nice twist in your thoracic spine. All right, everyone, great work. Let's slowly come on out of that pose, and we're going to sit back onto our shins for a quick little rebound. Our next pose is going to utilize a wall. So go ahead and find some kind of object, whether it's a wall or a chair, a stool, or couch, your bed frame, whatever it is, to elevate your arms overhead. We're going to go into a wall worship or a child's pose variation with the arms overhead. The idea is to get just a little bit of an extra stretch in your pecs as well as the shoulder region. Setting up for the wall worship pose or the child's pose variation, and we're going to hold this for a full 2 minutes. As you guys are in this pose, I want you to think about softening your head, making it heavy, allowing your head to drop and add some stretch onto your shoulders. And then I want you to actively think about squeezing your shoulder blades together. Well done, everyone. That was a long pose. Go ahead and come on out of that. Maybe shake your arms out to get some blood flow back as we set up for our next pose. Our next pose, guys, is going to target the pec and forearm region again. The pec and forearm wall stretch. You're going to need a wall, a pillar, or some sort of object. I want you to place your hand flat on that wall and then twist away from your hand. So think about rotating your chest away from your hand to get that nice deep stretch in your pec, shoulder, and forearm region. And let's go ahead and switch. Let's hit that other arm, pec, forearm, wall stretch. Again, try to maintain full contact with your hand on that wall and rotate as much as you can. All right, everyone, let's come on out of that. Maybe shake out your arms a little bit, perhaps do a couple of wrist circles to get some blood flow. And we're going to switch it over to targeting the lower body, going into a pigeon pose. This is going to be our longest pose for this routine. Try to focus on your breathing. Feel free to start with your spine tall, palms flat on the ground, or if you'd like a little extra, feel free to come on down to your elbows. And if you'd like even a little extra, feel free to come on down to your forearms, whatever feels comfortable. But no matter where you start, try to think about softening as you hold the pose. Focus on that breathing, focus on softening and surrendering into the pose. We've got just a little bit longer in this pose, everyone. Let's see if we can check in with our bodies, maybe allow ourselves to get just a little bit deeper in that pose as we hold for this final last couple of moments. All right, everyone, that was a long pose. Go ahead and slowly come on out of that and switch it over to pigeon pose on the other side. Again, feel free to start with that spine tall or come on down to your elbows, whatever feels right. We are almost there, everyone. Think about softening just a little bit for this last section of the pose. We are almost there. Okay, that is going to do it for pigeon, guys. Come on out of that. Let's rebound into a down dog position. Pump those calves up and down just a few times. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. This will be a nice transition into our next pose, which will be lizard pose. After you've pumped your calves a couple times, go ahead and bring your right foot directly underneath your hips. Now the difference between lizard pose and Spider-Man is your ankle is going to be directly underneath your hips. What you can do is put some of your chest onto your knee to get that little extra stretch in your calf and Achilles area. Target area for the lizard pose should be that calf and ankle. Your back knee is also going to be on the ground, so you may feel a little bit of a stretch in your hip flexor and in that back quad. But again, target area should be that lower calf and ankle. Alright everyone, now we're not going to switch sides yet, we're simply going to change poses, going into dragon. I want you to make your spine tall, bring that right foot forward just a little bit, think about squeezing your butt and rotating your pelvic area forward as you sink into that dragon pose. Now the target area for that dragon pose is going to be in the hip flexors. You may feel it in the quad area as well, but primarily this is going to hit that hip flexor. All right, everyone, that's it for right side dragon. We're going to switch over to left side lizard. Left foot directly underneath the left hip. You can bring your chest onto your knee to get that little extra stretch. We are targeting that calf and Achilles area. All right, everyone, good work. We're switching over to dragon pose on that left side. Spine is tall, pelvic area rotates forward, sinking those hips down into left side dragon. All right, everyone, that is it for today's routine. Thank you so much for joining us in today's program. As always, continue to join us, whether it be through YouTube or the live Zoom classes. We really appreciate your guys' support. Hang in there, stay strong, continue to stay positive, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.